Welcome, fellow seekers of mastery, in a world that bombards us with distractions, endless notifications, and the relentless pull of instant gratification. Consistency feels like an elusive dream. We chase it with sheer willpower, only to burn out, falter, and start over. But what if I told you that the ancient samurai warriors of Japan achieved unbreakable consistency? Not through gritted teeth and forced effort, but through a profound system rooted in harmony with the self and the universe. This is the samurai system, a path drawn from Zen philosophy, rigorous mental training, and timeless practices that transform consistency from a battle into a natural flow. Imagine the samurai, stoic figures clad in armor, wielding katanas with precision that seemed almost effortless. Their lives were a testament to consistency, daily training, unwavering discipline, and a mind as sharp as their blades. Yet, they didn't rely on willpower alone. Willpower is like a flickering flame. It dims under pressure. The samurai understood this. Instead, they cultivated an inner ecosystem where consistency arises organically, like a river carving its path through stone. Drawing from Bushido, the way of the warrior, and the serene depths of Zen, they built habits that aligned body, mind, and spirit. In this exploration, we'll delve into the samurai system step by step. We'll uncover techniques once reserved for the elite warriors of feudal Japan, adapted for our modern battles, the desk job, the gym routine, the creative pursuit, or the entrepreneurial grind. By the end, you'll have a blueprint to train consistency without the exhaustion of willpower. This isn't about forcing change. It's about becoming the change. Let's begin our journey. First, we must lay the foundation by understanding the core philosophy behind the samurai's approach. At the heart of it lies the Zen concept of mushin, or no-mind, a state where actions flow without conscious interference. Samurai trained to empty their minds of doubt and desire, allowing consistency to emerge from presence rather than push. Think of it as the difference between dragging a boulder uphill and letting gravity guide it down a slope. Willpower is the drag, the samurai system is the slope. To embody this, start with the practice of zanshin, which translates to remaining mind or lingering awareness. Zanshin was the samurai's secret to sustained focus after striking an opponent. A warrior didn't relax, they maintained vigilance, ready for what came next. In modern terms, this means carrying the energy of one task into the next without mental reset. How do you cultivate zanshin? Begin each day with a simple ritual. Upon waking, sit in Caesar, the traditional kneeling posture, and breathe deeply for 5 cycles. Inhale the intention of the day, exhale distractions. This isn't meditation, yet it's alignment. Over time, zanshin turns fragmented efforts into a seamless chain where consistency builds itself. But philosophy alone won't suffice. The samurai knew that true mastery starts in the body, for the mind follows where the flesh leads. Enter the first step of the system, forging the vessel through ritual movement. Samurai warriors rose before dawn for kata, repetitive forms that drilled techniques into muscle memory. These weren't random exercises. They were deliberate patterns that bypassed the need for willpower by making action automatic. To apply this, create your own kata for consistency. Identify a keystone habit, something small yet pivotal, like writing for 10 minutes or walking a set path. Perform it at the same time daily in the same environment. The key is repetition without variation. Zen Master Dogen emphasized practice enlightenment, where the act itself is the goal. Don't think, I must do this to build willpower. Instead, immerse in the motion. For memory sharpening, incorporate mnemonic anchors from samurai lore. Warriors memorized scrolls by associating verses with physical stances. Try this as you walk your kata path. Link each step to a daily goal. Step 1. Recall yesterday's wins. Step 2. Visualize today's focus. This weaves memory into movement, strengthening neural pathways without strain. Now, let's deepen this with the second step, harnessing breath as the silent commander. Breath was the samurai's invisible weapon. In the heat of battle, they used ibuki, breathing deep, controlled inhalations through the nose and explosive exhalations through the mouth. To center themselves, This technique, rooted in Zen, regulates the autonomic nervous system, shifting from fight or flight to calm execution without willpower's volatility. Consistency thrives on this rhythm. Practice ibuki during transitions. Before starting work, inhale for 4 counts, hold for 4. Exhale for 6. This resets your internal state, making sustained effort feel natural. For discipline building, extend it to fukushiki or belly breathing, which samurai used in meditation to cultivate resilience. Lie flat. Place a hand on your abdomen and breathe so only it rises. Over weeks, this strengthens your core, literally and metaphorically turning fleeting motivation into enduring drive. Ancient texts like the Hokkaku advise the way of the samurai is found in death, meaning acceptance of impermanence frees you from willpower's grip. Breath reminds you consistency isn't eternal force, it's rhythmic renewal. As we progress, the third step emerges, cultivating the garden of the mind through visualization. Samurai didn't just train physically, they engaged in Mizu no Kokoro. Mind like water, a Zen ideal where thoughts adapt fluidly without resistance. Willpower creates ripples of tension, visualization smooths them. Begin with Aizo, mental imagery practice. Each evening, sit quietly and replay your day as a samurai narrative. See yourself as a warrior completing tasks with grace for focus sharpening. Visualize distractions as arrows, deflect them with an imaginary shield. This draws from the mental training of the Kamakura period samurai, who used such methods to prepare for war without expending energy. To build discipline, incorporate shugyo, austere training. Choose one voluntary discomfort daily like cold showers and visualize it as forging your blade. Memory benefits here too. Samurai memorized battle strategies by picturing them on a mental scroll. Adapt this by creating a mind palace from Zen gardens. Assign memories to stones or paths, revisiting them in visualization to etch them deeply. But consistency falters without harmony, leading to the fourth step, aligning with nature's cycles via seasonal attunement. Samurai lived by the rhythms of the seasons, drawing from Shinto and Zen beliefs that humans are extensions of the natural world. Winter for introspection, spring for renewal. This prevented burnout, making consistency sustainable. In practice, map your goals to cycles. During Haru spring energy, initiate new habits with gentle builds. Use Saki autumn for reflection and pruning ineffective routines. This bypasses willpower by sensing with universal flow. For mental strength, adopt wabi-sabi. Embracing imperfection. Samurai accepted flawed battles. Apply this by forgiving lapses without self-flagellation. Focus sharpens when you view tasks as transient beauty, not rigid duties. Memory training ties in with Kigo. Seasonal words from haiku poetry. Associate learnings with seasonal cues. Rain for fluid ideas. Snow for clarity, anchoring them subconsciously. Now, weaving deeper. The fifth step, forging alliances with the shadow self. Through inner dialogue, Zen philosophy teaches that the self is dual light and shadow. Samurai confronted their inner demons via Neikan, self-reflection. To integrate rather than suppress. Without willpower's suppression, consistency flows from acceptance. Practice Neikan nightly. Ask, what have I received today? What have I given? What troubles have I caused? This builds discipline by highlighting patterns, turning resistance into allies. For focus, dialogue with distractions. Personify procrastination as a weary ronin. Negotiate peace. Ancient practices like koan riddles, paradoxical questions sharpen samurai minds. Ponder one daily, like what is the sound of one hand clapping, to train non-linear thinking. Enhancing memory through associative leaps. As the system unfolds, the sixth step solidifies, building the fortress of habits with micro-rituals. Samurai constructed their days like castles, layered defenses against chaos. From tea ceremonies to sword polishing, micro-rituals created unshakable routines. Start small, link habits to anchors. After brushing teeth, do a 1-minute stretch. Echoing samurai warm-ups, Zen's Ichi-Juzamai, wholehearted devotion to one thing, ensures depth. For memory, use repetition with variation, recite facts while varying tones. mimicking samurai chant training. Discipline grows as these rituals compound, replacing willpower with architectural integrity. Venturing further, the 7th step, embracing emptiness for creative flow. In Zen, ku or emptiness is the source of all potential. Samurai emptied. Minds before battle, allowing instinctive action. Cultivate this through zazen sitting meditation. Sit erect, eyes half closed. Count breaths to 10. Repeat. This erases willpower's clutter, birthing consistency from void. Focus sharpens as thoughts dissolve. Memory strengthens via spacious recall. Ancient tales of Musashi, the legendary swordsman, illustrate this. He won duels through empty readiness. The 8th step, tempering the spirit with adversity simulation. Samurai underwent musha shugyo, warrior pilgrimages facing hardships to build resilience. Simulate this mildly, delayed gratification like fasting intermittently. Framing it as Zen detachment, this forges discipline without force, sharpening. Focus through contrast. Memory benefits from spaced repetition. Echoing samurai scroll reviews spaced over time. 9th step, harmonizing community bonds for collective strength. Though solitary, samurai thrived in dojos, drawing energy from peers, form accountability circles. Sharing progress in samurai-style councils. Zen's Sangha community supports consistency through shared wisdom, reducing reliance on solo willpower. 10th step, reflecting eternity in the mirror of legacy. Samurai contemplated mortality to live fully, as in Bushido's death meditation. End days envisioning your legacy. How does today's consistency echo through time? This instills profound drive, mastering self from within. As we near the culmination, integrate these steps into a daily cycle. Rise with Sanshin, move through Koto, breathe Iboki. Visualize Aizo, attuned seasonally. Dialogue Naken, ritualize micros, embrace Ku. Simulate adversity, bond communally, reflect legacy. This samurai system transforms consistency into art. In closing, dear warrior, the path to mastery isn't a war against yourself, but a dance with your essence. By drawing from ancient samurai wisdom, Zen's serenity, mental fortitude, and practiced grace, you transcend willpower's limits. Consistency becomes your nature, focus your blade. Memory your archive, discipline your armor. Step onto this path today. The modern world awaits your unconquerable spirit. Arigato, and may your journey be eternal.